Honeybees are one of nature's most amazing and complex of creatures. They fly almost effortlessly from flower to flower, drawn by the sweet scent of nectar. Filling their pollen baskets, they become the carriers of life. Every single flower and open blossom is dependent on the timely arrival of the insect pollinator. This relationship ensures that each and every plant will pass their unique genetic code on to another generation. Billions of flowers beckon every day with bright colors, sweet scents, and delicious nectars. The mission of millions of bees is to visit every single one of these flowers and exchange pollen for pollen. Their importance is not to be underestimated or taken for granted. Bees, thousands of species around the world, are the primary movers, the symbiotic link to the successful pollination and seed genesis of every flowering plant. While at their hive, one wonders at their dedication and organization. Honeybees, in the tens of thousands, crowd into a dark, close space to assemble a fascinating architecture. The beehive is a family with one mother, the queen. All other bees are sisters and brothers. As the foragers return to their hive nest loaded with nectar and pollen, they must have a place to put it. The space inside their hive is an amazing feat of insect engineering. Great columns of wax fashioned of perfectly uniformed six-sided cells provide for the storage of vast amounts of honey and pollen. In the very center of this massive architecture is the bee's nest, the nursery where the queen deposits her numerous eggs. After an incubation of 21 days, the new worker bees emerge and begin to contribute to her colony. Soon she will leave the relative safety of the hive and risk all to collect the precious stuff of life needed to sustain the colony and its queen. Many species around the world are extinct, endangered, or in decline. The honeybee is in decline, and may well be endangered. There is much debate about the cause of this devastating phenomenon. Is it the plague of the varroa mites and the crippling viruses that they carry? This mite feeds on the young larvae in their cells, and on the blood of adult bees. As the mites multiply, the honeybee colonies become weaker and weaker. Is it the use of neonicotinoids in genetically modified field crops? Large tracts of monoculture crops restrict the ability of all bees and pollinators to access usable forage and pasture. Is it global warming and the associated climate change? Drought is an expanding problem in Australia, the United States, and Africa. Wildfires are burning tens of thousands of acres of bush and forest every year. Without rain, these burnt lands may not regenerate for years, decades, or in our lifetime. Registered beehives in America have had a drastic reduction from an all-time high of 5.7 million in the mid-1950s to a record low of 2.6 million at the present time. Honey production in the United States is at an all-time low. Without natural pollinators, whether bee, bat, butterfly, or bird, an acute shortage of fruits and vegetables is most likely to be a common occurrence. It would be an enormous challenge to replicate the work done by these animals. Despite the controversy as to who is responsible for this risky adventure, one solution is evident: stewardship. A fundamental paradigm shift to stewardship of the air, the land, and the water. It is a stewardship of nature and all her resources that is needed. So here, at Scotch Lake Beekeepers Academy, on the quiet and peaceful island of Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, we are preparing to guide and educate new stewards for our future. Our program's mission is to provide complete and practical knowledge to maintain and expand bee apiaries, protect our precious environment, and develop emissaries to encourage and enlighten others.
On the same frame with Scott Spring. Those would be the nurse bees right there. So they're looking after the bees.
We encourage you to support our efforts to contribute to a better and brighter future.